I recently audited a YouTube ads campaign that a top producing team was running. And while YouTube ads can be very powerful in generating consistent listing appointments for you and your team, there are unfortunately a lot of ways that you can actually lose money that most teams and brokerages have no idea even existed. So in this video, quick one, I'm going to be just walking through a couple of different nuances when it comes to targeting, how to avoid Google spending your money in places where it doesn't make sense to, and what to do when setting up your campaign moving forward. All right, so we're in the Google Ads Manager right here for one of our clients. We are actually in the ad group level right now. So this is the campaign level. The ad group level is over here where you do your targeting and your audience management, and then the ads follow down here. Now, this is one mistake that I see so often with other teams and brokerages trying to run YouTube ad campaigns on their own, which is not selecting the right channels. By default, not many people actually know this, but Google will automatically show your ads on not only YouTube, but also Discovery, which is basically Google's mobile content feeds on Gmail. Yes, your ads can be actually shown, even if it's a video ad, a YouTube ad, shown on Gmail, and the Google Display Network, which is basically like a third party, show it on websites, show it on other landing pages, on newsletters, people who basically pay for Google Ads space there. It can be shown there. And even within YouTube, it's not only that it's going to be shown within those kind of 5 seconds to skip videos between the content you're looking to watch. It's also going to be shown on YouTube in feed, which is literally on the home screen. And so it'll actually appear as a normal video that people can click on, and also on YouTube Shorts. Now, the reason why this loses and leaves a lot of money on the table is that most of these placements don't actually spend the money and your ad budget in the most effective way possible. For example, with YouTube in feed, this is again going to be shown on the YouTube home feed with every other video that you're basically competing with. And so what happens is not only are you putting yourself in a very disadvantaged position where you're competing with people who have proper thumbnails, proper SEO, proper titles, everything of that nature, but the kinds of people who click on these YouTube in feed ads, it's by nature not going to be as intentful and not going to be as serious because it's literally just a click of a button away. It's not like it's necessarily shown specifically to a person. It's very broad and therefore leads to a lot of wasted clicks and opportunities. YouTube Shorts, it works in some cases. It's becoming more used, of course, by older demographics, but generally speaking, we shy away. We don't shy away from. We stay away from it, simply because of the fact that it's a very scrolling heavy platform and part of YouTube, which is similar to how, for example, Instagram and Facebook are, which haven't been able to really produce the kinds of quality opportunities and traffic that we want to. Discover, Gmail, Google Display, these are all just complete wastes of money. These are not going to be shown and not going to be spending your budget in the right way possible at all, because again, they're shown outside of YouTube and they're shown on Gmail, Google Display, and Discovery. And this is a lot of the stuff that we see, and I see when I audit other campaigns, is just again wasting the budget and not using it appropriately in the platform that matters the most. And so when we run our YouTube seller campaigns, we typically only run them on YouTube in stream, which is again the ads shown before, during, or after YouTube videos as those 5 seconds to skip. The next thing that we look at is going to be devices. So again, by default, Google will display your ads on computers, mobile phones, tablets, and TV screens. Now, depending on what the outcome is or what the goal is for the campaign, it could make sense to select more, if not all, of these platforms. But by and large, for the most part, you're going to be getting your most amount of conversions on mobile phones and computers. Tablets are, some extent, not as popular, you could say, but are still effective. TV screens are very ineffective, though, for getting conversions, because if you are sending people from the video to a landing page, on the TV, they actually have to scan a QR code on their phone just to be able to go through into the next step of your landing page. Now, of course, there'll be a percentage of people that would do that and they might be serious, but if YouTube and Google is spending money there, then you want to make sure that it's being put out in the best way possible. The only avenue that I see TV and we see TV working out the best is if you are a realtor, brokerage owner, a team lead who wants to build your brand more in terms of just getting more and more eyeballs, more awareness, more traction going that way, then it might make sense to select all these, if not, TV screens, mobiles, and computers. And lastly, asset optimization. So again, by default, Google, YouTube is going to try to get you to optimize your videos, like make them shorter, resize them, landing page previews. Typically, for the most part, these are not worth it. And again, these are going to be on by nature. The reason being, and the reason why we don't recommend it, is because you're basically taking control out of your hands and letting Google kind of do whatever it wants. Now, to a certain extent, you want to let the algorithm do what it can and do what it needs to do to drive the highest return. But really, by and large, the videos that you run should be the videos that you run. They don't need to be optimized. They don't need to be shortened for the purpose of running a YouTube seller campaign. Just a quick one. Appreciate you for watching this. If you are a team brokerage owner who wants to scale using the power of YouTube and YouTube ads, click the first link in the description. Take care. Bye-bye.